Hi everybody, I hope you're all well. My name is Miaellamakeup and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I decided to do a little grungy glam. You know when you wake up feeling a type of way, and I was looking at my palettes and I just thought, I've not done a grungy glam in so long. Let me just film it. If you're interested in this kind of glam, then stay tuned. I hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, show your friends, all that fun stuff. And I'm trying to push for 100 subscribers, so if you know anybody who would appreciate this kind of video, then maybe send it to them, show your girls some love. And yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling right now. I'm gonna get into the video. So I've just primed my eyes off camera using the P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 2. And like I said, I want to do a bit of a grungy, smoky kind of glam, kind of go back a few years to when that's all literally used to wear. So to start off, I'm actually going to go in with this little Toofaced berry palette. I'm going to go in to this shade here. As you can see, it's a very loved palette. And I'm just going to take that on this brush here, which is the JH33, and it's just like a fluffy tapered brush. So I'm just going to start to work this into my crease, and I'm just going to start by pressing and pushing it in. Right now I'm just going to focus on getting a shape that I'm happy with. But yeah, so today I woke up about 7:30, which, let me just say, is like a massive thing for me, because this whole quarantine has my sleeping pattern all messed up. Like last night, I didn't, well, say this morning or whatever, I didn't sleep till about 4 AM. So I've only had a few hours sleep, but for some reason I've got all this energy and I'm just gonna take advantage of it, like. So as you can see, I'm gonna go for more like a round blown out smoke. So that's why I'm kind of concentrating it in a round motion, almost like a half semicircle. And if the lighting keeps changing, I've got a massive window next to where I film and the sunlight just keeps shining in, but hopefully it won't make too much of a difference. So now that's on like that, I'm gonna take a fluffier brush. As you can see, there's a difference. And I'm gonna go in with this palette here. This is the Morphe and Jeffree Star one collab, and I'm just gonna go into this shade here. Does that have a name? Oh, it has a name. It's called Pink Fleet. And now I'm just kind of really lightly going over that edge, and it's just gonna kind of brighten it up a little bit. It's just gonna make it easier to blend into the base. And when it comes to in a corner, I'm almost like gonna buff it up into the brow in circular motions. And then when it comes to the end, I'm just gonna kind of circle it up to my temple. Like, I know I've got harsh line there, I'm gonna go in and blend it with a different colour to break it up because it's so dark. And now I'm gonna take that same brush I used in the beginning, go back into that little Toofaced palette, and just go over that line and almost kind of sandwich the two together. You see how that just kind of blends the two together, and then that lighter colour just applied, it really brightens it up, acts as a nice transition shade. And all you really want to be doing here is just switching between the two brushes you've just used and the two different colours as well, just to create that seamless blend. I'm aware I look a bit crazy right now, but it's all gonna come together, just trust the process. So you keep telling yourself, you know, when like you just start looking a bit crazy. So now I'm gonna go into this palette, which is the Morphe 35M palette, and it looks like this. So now I'm gonna take the same brush I used before, and I'm actually just gonna deepen it up a little bit more. So I'm gonna go into this shade down here, which is just like a really deep purple, and just really bring this to life. Taking a little bit more of that Pink Fleet from this palette and just bringing that back a little bit. Really dragging that up towards the temple. So now I'm just going to take the same brush I used to apply the base, and just with whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to start to press this on the lid. Not cutting the crease or anything like that. I'm just basically just reapplying some base, so when I apply the shimmer it's going to give it something to stick to. And by the way, my dog's in the room, so I'm sorry if you can hear like dog noises. I tried getting him out but he just kept crying to come in the room, so you're my good boy. So I'm going to do this eye first, and for that I'm just going to go into this same Toofaced palette from before and go into this shade here, just on my finger, and then just start to press that on top of that concealer. This palette, this little palette right here, smells just like berries, and I think it's one of my favourite no, it is one of my favourite Toofaced palettes. It's from the Tutti Frutti collection. I'm just going to take the same purple from before and from the same palette and just start to really blend the edges out. Start to kind of grunge it up a little bit. Just going to repeat the same steps in the other eye. This is such an easy glam to do, and it's so effective as well. So now I'm just going to go in with more of a detailing brush, and this is the JH39. You can see that it's like super dense pencil brush, and I'm just gonna go in to that deep purple shade again from this palette, and I'm just gonna start to apply it to my outer V. I'm gonna start to pack it on along my lash line as if it's like where I'd apply the liner, and then once it's on to how I like it, I'm just gonna start to ever so slightly start to drag it up into that blend I created before. I'm going to take a little bit of that colour from the Toofaced palette too, just to kind of tie everything together. So I'm taking that colour from that Morphe palette and just really pressing that along my lash line, only on the outer bit though, because you can see it just really helps enhance that winged out look. I'm also just going to dip into a black shadow as well and just start to again press that on the very outer corner. Just begin dragging this up in my crease and almost starting to kind of drag that through, just to kind of intensify it a bit. When you're working with black, you want to take it in very small amounts. So just to kind of blend everything together, I'm just taking that deeper purple shade and just attempt to blend that line away. I'm also just going to take this shade from this palette here, which is this really pretty kind of cool tone purple, just on my finger again, and just start to press this on top towards that black I've just applied, taking it into the crease. Now I'm just going to go back in with this fluffy brush, going to Pink Fleet from the Morphe and Jeffree Star palette, and just bring that colour back a bit, using very light hand motions. So now the top of my eyes are done, I'm going to go and do the bottom underneath my eyes, and I'm just going to take a little bit of my foundation and just start to buff this underneath my lash line. So when it comes to smoking up my lash line, I always prefer to use my foundation, just because I feel like when it comes to blending in, it just makes everything kind of blend a whole lot easier. It also gives you the opportunity to kind of get in with a smaller brush and just kind of clean up anything you're not really too happy with. Now I'm gonna go back in with that little pencil brush again into this deep purple shade here. Down at the bottom. It looks black on camera, but you can see the two compared. Do you see? So it's this deep purple here. It's a very cool tone purple. And just push this right up to my lash line. I'm then gonna, with the same brush, I'm gonna go in with this purple from the little Toofaced palette. And just kind of buff that along the edge. Starting off by pressing it just so I get the colour on there. And I'm gonna start to merge the two together. Just that blue tone purple just gives it the depth that I'm after. I'm gonna go back into this brush here that I started off with, into that purple shade from this palette here, which is that one. And just start to smoke it along the lash line. I'm also gonna go in with that pink fleet to kind of tie everything together. I'm also just gonna take a little bit of gel liner just on my Kitco 1.10 brush. I absolutely love doing like a grungy smoky eye. Just because when I first started out in makeup, like back when I was in college, about 2016, I was one of them kids that used to wear eyeliner every single day. Like, you'd never catch me without a big cat wing. Like, I'd always have a massive wing, like my curly ginger hair, like, find a picture, I'll put it somewhere on the screen. I just always loved like the grungy like makeup. And now I'm going to stick some lashes on, and the lashes I'm going to stick on are these ones here, and these are from a brand called Shady Lashes. I just think they're beautiful. I'll put all the links and stuff down below, but wait till you see how fluffy these are. I just love a good wispy lash, and it's also not going to be too intense either, because your girl, she wants grunge, but she don't want to take the attention off the shadow, do you know what I mean? Look how wispy they are. Look how wispy. They're absolutely beautiful. So now, to kind of balance everything out, I'm gonna do my base. Go in and moisturise my face with a Vaseline aloe vera moisturiser. And what I like about these moisturisers, I love how lightweight it is. And it just really moisturises my face, but it doesn't feel super cakey and heavy. So that's on. I'm gonna go in with my foundation, and for foundation I'm just gonna go in with the Peach Perfect one by Too Faced in the shade Warm Beige. So for concealer, I'm just going to take my Kevin Aucoin concealer in the shade Medium C03. And I'm just going to kind of use this as like a highlighter as well as a concealer to kind of brighten everything up. I'm just going to work on blending that first. I'm just going to use the same brush as my foundation. And then I'm going to cream contour. So to cream contour, I'll go into more detail on the contouring in my other video, and I'll leave that down. I'm just going to apply this to my forehead and just above, just on my cheekbone as well. Just acting more like a bronzer as well, rather than just like a cool contour. Like, look at the difference. Like, it's only very subtle, but you can see a difference. I told you everything would come together eventually. So now I'm just going to go in and set everything in place. And now I'm just going to take, everyone knows, my Rimmel Stay Matte, just on my little tapered powder brush. And I'm just going to take this under my eyes. Now I'm going to bronze, and you've seen me using the mirror for this all throughout this video, and I'm just going to use the Glam Bronze in the shade Megastar by Morphe, and I'm just going to take that on this brush here, like my favourite bronzing brush ever. I'll link it down below because I feel like everyone needs to get it. Because it just makes bronzing so much easier. Look how easy that was. I feel like my face is so matte, so I'm just going to take a bit of my hangover spray. Now, I feel like I've kind of lost some of like the intense smoke, so I'm just going to go back in to this shade here from this palette. I'm just going to start to kind of bring that colour back. I'm going to start it up here and then like drag it down. Because honey, this is a grunge tutorial, like I gotta bring the grunge back. Oh, it's been so long since I've done a grungy glam and I'm absolutely living for it.
I just love it.
So for me, like on a highlight, I'm going to take this Alexis Stone Transformation palette it did with Revolution, and I'm going to go into this shade here, and it's like a beautiful like blue tone type shadow. And I'm going to take this on this brush here.
Living. I'm living.
I'm also just going to start to drag this onto my lid a little bit as well, just using that same brush. Just to kind of tie it all together. So when you're making a look grungy, you want to make it smoky, and then my kind of way to kind of make it all proper smoky is just blending it into your brows and just going with it. I'm just going to mix it with a little bit of this one here as well, which is more of like a pink reflex. Like that. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay. Thank you, love. Now I'm going to do blusher. So this is the Milani powder blush in the shade Blossom Time Rose. And I was on Beauty Bay and I just fell in love with the pan of this. Like, it was more rise, but because I've used it, it's gone down a little bit, but it's still in grade, and I just thought it was beautiful.
I thought, I'm gonna take that. That's gonna be mine. And it is.
And I'm just a little bit obsessed. The colour as well is just, it's not too pink. Like, look at that glow. Like, I don't know, it shows more in person. Like, I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera. It's just beautiful. And just to kind of tie it all together, I'm actually going to dip my brush into that shadow I've been using. I dust off the excess and then just start to apply it and drag it up to my temples. You know what, just to be extra, because that's how I like to be recently, I'm gonna take this brush that I use for powder and I'm gonna use some of these as a highlighter. So I'm gonna mix this one, and back in this one again. And you'll see it on the brush. So because this is a pressed pigment, it's not gonna go on how a mineral powder would. So if you were to do this technique, you wanna kind of put it on in the area and then circle motion it. You want it to kind of go into your skin and kind of melt, because if you try and apply it like you would an eyeshadow, it's not going to work the same. So for example, if you've tried to do this in the past and it's not really worked, try switching up your technique, because sometimes it's not the product itself, it's the technique you're using to apply the product. And that's something I've learned over the years of doing makeup. Like, some products just take a little bit more TLC. Actually, on this same brush, and then just apply it on above my brows, on my nose, my upper lip and my chin. So I'm back. I apologise if the camera angle's changed, the lighting's changed, because I just had to charge my phone because as I was doing my brows, my phone decided to die. So yeah, that happened. I am going to do my lips now. I am going to apply like my very loved and used Strip Down Liner by MAC. I'm going to stick it in this so it's a bit longer. I always like to slightly overline them as well, just to kind of make them look a lot more pouty. And now I'm just going to take my Natasha Denona I Need a Nude lipstick in Judith, which just looks like this. This lipstick is one of my favourite nudes ever. So if you're looking for like a nude lipstick that's like good quality, Natasha Denona, baby. So I just want to make my lips a little bit more glossy. So I'm just going to take this High Shine Lip Gloss by Toofaced. This is the Jordan Woods collab and it's in Social Butterfly. I'm going to apply it to the back of my hand actually so I don't get it on the wand, and apply it on my finger. And now I believe this is the finished look. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if you enjoyed the video, let me know if you learned anything, and I'll be back very soon with another video. Mwah. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.